Okay folks, welcome back to the Long Dark. We are back, we are here in Tramper's Cabin, exactly where we left off, but look, it's all glowing green. It's not the Wicked Witch of the West, don't worry, it's the Aurora. The Aurora has come up in the middle of the night. I was just sleeping through the night just to kind of get us through to the following morning, just to start this video off, but we've woken up to the Aurora and we haven't seen it that much, so let's head out and we're just going to have a look. We're going to admire the Aurora effects, hopefully not got our face chewed off by a bear. As we pop outside. Here are the Aurora effects in the Long Dark, if you've never seen them. They are pretty cool. Lights up everything, makes everything look really, really cool. And green and purple and red, and it all looks pretty cool. Makes the walls go a little bit crazier than normal, and it does actually power up anything electrical. So if we've got electrical devices, it will actually power them up. I don't think there are that many in here, though. If any, because the Trapper didn't really have any kind of electrical stuff, so I don't think there's anything in here, not even a radio. But it looks pretty cool nonetheless. Okay, so what I'm going to do then, we'll sleep through a little bit longer. I just want to get through to the following morning. I'm just going to drink one of these sodas that we've got, because I just kind of want to get us moving now. So I'm just going to do a few hours just to... Oh, I'm not tired enough. I'm going to have to pass time then. Let's pass time for a few hours. The Aurora will probably go away. There you go. The Aurora's gone away. But we're now in daylight. That's the important bit. Because we are getting ready to head back to the Grey Mother's house. We're going to take a stockpile of stuff and things back to the Grey Mother's house. So, I've got 7 kilos of carrying capacity. What food have we got? Because I don't know how much we've actually got over at the Grey Mother's house. I could probably do with a bit more water. That's in the safe. So I'm going to grab probably just a litre, actually, in all honesty, or a litre and a half. I really don't want to take up too much of my weight with that. And I'm going to take back things that I don't really need to have here. So, 2 of the sharpening stones. My 3 spare knives and 2 of my can openers. Technically 1 of my storm lanterns. I'll drop that back. We may end up doing some... I haven't decided whether to do the crafting here. I think we may well end up doing the crafting here, so I'll leave all of these behind. They're nearly all cured, or a lot of them are. So I think I'm going to leave these here. And the gut and everything. So what have we got in the locker that we can think about taking back? You see, now this is where I'm starting to get a little bit... I don't really want to take things back to the Grey Mother's house, because we've set ourselves up so well here. Let's take all this charcoal back. That doesn't need to be here. And I'm going to take back all these reishi mushrooms, because we can make use of those at the Grey Mother's house, and all the rose hips again. So that's actually got us up to our carrying limit. I'm going to take the rifle cleaning kit as well.
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right about now.
And I'm going to take all these sewing kits, because we've got a few here. We're going to take the old man's beard. And... okay, I'm kind of thinking leave everything else, because we can repair those broken arrows here. In terms of firewood, don't think we really need to take firewood back at the moment. I'm going to grab that jerry can. I'll take that back.
Getting kind of heavy.
I know that's tipping us over our encumbered limit quite a bit. Actually, it's not too bad. And we can drink, which will sort that out. There we are. Hacksaw I'm going to leave here because I'm going to need that over in the forge, which is kind of this way. Torches we'll probably end up using. Rifle I'm going to leave here because we're using that here at the moment. Tools I'm going to leave here. Okay, so we are going to start shipping things back. We're not carrying a massive amount of stuff back, but we're taking some stuff back. We're up to our carrying limit anyway, so crafting we're probably going to wind up doing here. But we'll start taking our first little load back to the Great Mother's house. So let's get ourselves moving then. I think I may well have to start, once I get back to the Grey Mother's house and I kind of remind myself where the crafting benches and things are, I might kind of change my mind. It's not a massive distance away from here, so... This is part of the challenge that we set ourselves. If you've been watching the series from the go, you'll know that we started off... We set ourselves a little goal that we're going to be using the Grey Mother's house as our main base for the whole map, for the whole world, everywhere that we go. We're going to aim to try and get everything back to the Grey Mother's house. It's really just to add a bit of extra challenge and to give us something to do. So I'm taking my first load back. I'm fully laden. So I will move everything back, I think. It's just I think some of the crafting may end up happening here. Although I suppose that goes against the grain of what we were trying to do, so... I suppose, really, all those deer hides, wolf pelts and everything else should all get moved back to the Grey Mother's house, and we should be working from there. Okay, so we're in the transition area now between the two. It's relatively short, I think, if I remember. Although we may well need the storm lantern as we go further in. In fact, I can see, but I'm conscious that you guys probably can't. So let's just light the storm lantern. Also, you guys can see rather than me. You're also going to have to forgive me if I'm being a little bit quiet. It's because it's quite late. Is that a used flare? No, it's not a used flare.
Use this.
How did I not see that the first time round? Or did I deliberately leave it? I don't know. Okay, we've got some lumps of coal in here as well. I may pick those up on the way back the other way. Simply because we're going to need them in the forge, and the forge is this way, so we'll pick that coal up when we come back the other way, I think. It's one of those things that we don't stockpile at Grey Mother's house because it is actually the other direction that we needed in. Okay, so making our way through the cave. When we pop out the other side, there's a bit of a walk back to the climbing rope. And that's where we're potentially going to hit a problem. I've just realised that. I'm slightly encumbered. But I can't climb up the rope if I'm encumbered at all. So that's actually a bit of a slight mistake. I forgot about the rope. So I could end up in a spot of bother. We'll have to see if I can eat and drink my way out of my encumberment problems. I'm only slightly over. So I might be able to eat and drink my way out of that problem. And just get myself over the... just below my encumberment limit. Failing that, the other option is just to leave a few things at the bottom, climb up, drop a few things into that hut at the top, and then go back down and get the stuff I left behind again. That's another option. Okay, so we're coming out of the cave then. It's a relatively short transition between the two regions. Once we get into Mystery Lake, we've got into Milton rather. We've got a little bit of a walk to get to Grey Mother's house, which is at the far end. Okay, let's turn that off. We don't need that anymore. And let's holster it. Okay, and we can actually look down and see a little bit of roadway. It's a little bit of a trek on this side of things, but hopefully it's not too bad, it's not too far. So this is what we're doing. I think I interrupted myself earlier on. Yeah, if you've watched the series right from the go, what we're doing is we're getting everything back to the Grey Mother's house. We're using the Grey Mother's house. Why am I doing harvesting things when I know I'm already encumbered? Stop it. It's just an automatic reaction. See a cattail, harvest it. No, so we're trying to get everything back to the Grey Mother's house. That is part of the challenge. That's what we are doing. And we're going to use the Grey Mother's house as our kind of main store, if you like, our main base camp. So everything we find is ultimately going to wind up back here. And we've done it really just to give ourselves something to do, because that's one of the big problems with these long-term survival challenges, is what on earth do we do to keep ourselves busy and keep ourselves occupied? And one of those things is to make life difficult for ourselves and make ourselves have to walk a long way to do anything. Though of course it's minus 12 at the moment. As we improve our clothing and we start, we're in a much better position now than we were when we left Milton. Let's put it that way. Crows are flying down there. The crows are circling. Okay. Just trying to remember the route back. I think it's across... Yes, there's a couple of mountaineering ropes we have to do. Isn't there? Yes, we've got this rope, and then we have the other one, which is the big one to climb back into Milton. That's the one that in Wintermute fails. So you can't go back into Milton in Wintermute, but obviously in survival mode you can. The rope remains intact and you can climb your way back down. This area is relatively safe. It's actually a good outdoor camping spot. There's no bad wildlife around here. So if you want to... I think there might be an achievement for surviving outdoors for a long period of time. It's probably worth thinking about using this one. Yep, okay, so I can't climb because I'm too encumbered. Let's see. Oh, there's a wolf at the bottom. There is a wolf at the bottom. So we're safe up here, but we're not going to be safe when we get down there. Okay, so we need to eat and drink our way out of this issue. So I want to find my heaviest weight, my heaviest food item, and I want to eat it. Basically, I've got to lose 1.5 kilos of stuff. So this is the half. I'm hoping by drinking... Oh, I'm not thirsty. That's kind of messed the plan up slightly. Okay, am I carrying anything I can drop? Anything I don't really need? Carry some books. Suppose I can drop a couple of them. That'll get us below our encumberment limit. There's plenty of them about, let's be honest. Okay, so now we can climb. But we're equally aware that there was a wolf wandering about down here. Okay, so let's drop down. We need to keep our eyes peeled. I can't actually remember which way to go. It's not that way, is it? It's this way. Right, where the wolf was. There's the wolf. There's Wolfie. And I'm pretty sure this is where we need to be going. We need to be going this way. Right where the wolf is. Awesome. Excellent. Just what we want. Oh, and he's clocked us as well. Okay, I'm tempted to go toe-to-toe with this wolf, you know. I am tempted to fight the wolf. I don't... Oh, this is a bit of a risk, actually. This is a bit of a risk. Oh, I'm tempted just to see if I can brave Sir Rob in it. Let's see if we can brave Sir Rob in it. Part of me wanted to go... Part of me wanted to go toe-to-toe with that wolf, but... Another part of me doesn't. There's the big rope. Uh-oh. I've run out of sprint, but I'm far enough away from the wolf now, so that's okay. I don't know, sometimes I want to go toe-to-toe with the wolves, and sometimes I don't. At the moment, I'm just a little bit worried that our clothing isn't offering us the best protection as some of the other clothing, so we might end up taking a bit more damage. We're not a million miles away from Mountain Town or Milton now, but I don't want to risk getting there really injured when I know there's a load of wolves in the town that I'm going to have to fight through. Okay, here we are at the rope. So let's climb up. Now, this is the first time I've done this. There we go. It's a long rope, so hopefully we can make it. Because we're tired, we are technically encumbered. Ooh, heck. Ooh, heck. Are we going to make it? We're really slowing down here. Oh, no. If I stop... No, it still goes down even if I stop. Okay, we don't recover. We're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. Okay, let's get back down. Oh, we fell off. Ah!
Oh, that's sore.
That's a bit more than sore. Okay, what's our situation? It's a bad, bad situation. Okay, we have a lot of afflictions. Sprained ankle. Okay. Do we have any of the appropriate tea? We do, so let's drink that, because that will, of course, give us healing as well as calories, which we desperately need. We are at hypothermia risk, and we are incredibly tired. So I think our only option here is to light a fire. Keep that wolf at bay. I've got accelerant, which is the lamp oil. Right now I really, really want that fire to... Oh, actually, to be fair, even without that, I'm getting a 90% chance of success, so let's just go with that. That'll get a fire going. I think my tactic here is probably going to be...
Come on, little fire.
Let's get ourselves warmed back up again with a fire. And then let's...
Are you serious?
Really? Honestly? We had a 90% chance of success. How did that fail? Okay, let's use the fire striker. That gives us a 100% chance of success. We'll go with that. I'll take that. Forgot I had that fire striker, actually. Okay, I'm conscious that there is a wolf wandering about this area, but it is at the far side, so hopefully we'll be okay. And behind this fire, we should be absolutely fine. But what I think my tactic's going to be, let's warm ourselves up with a fire. We'll get in the bedroll, we'll sleep for a couple of hours. Hopefully that will give us enough back in our fatigue bar to make it up.
Perfect.
I've got some cedar firewood. I haven't got a massive amount, but I've got some. Oh, I'm not actually carrying much firewood. Okay, let's duck down behind the fire then. What's the temperature? Feels like 1 degree. That's good. That's what we want. Okay. Let's break out the bedroll then. Put it right next to the fire. I only want to sleep for an hour. Okay, my hypothermia risk has healed. But I obviously have the issue that... Okay, let's pick up my bedroll. Obviously I'm much lighter now because I got rid of some of the stuff I was carrying. So I am hoping... Oh, I'm too encumbered to climb. Why am I encumbered? Ah, because I'm exhausted. Oh no. Okay. Are there any sticks or anything? Firewood nearby. I did spot a few sticks. The fire's probably going to go out there. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Change plan, change plan. So, I have another piece of cedar. And a book. Okay, let's just chuck everything we've got at this fire then. Okay, so that at least will keep the fire burning. I desperately, desperately need to find some more firewood, and there wasn't very much around here. Let's be honest. Okay, these little trips to the Grey Mother's house are going to be a little bit more complicated than I thought. Okay, there is firewood over there. But don't forget there's also a wolf over there. I can go and harvest that firewood, but I'm just a bit worried. It's a bit close to where the wolf is. I also probably don't want to be sprinting about too much because that's going to knock my fatigue level down even further. But I could do with getting a solid 3 hours of sleep here, which I'm hoping will bring my levels back up enough that I can climb up the rope. So these little trips are going to be a little bit harder than I thought. Well, I think what we're going to have to do... Okay, I'm wondering if I can get away with a 3-hour fire here. I'm hoping so. Let's do a 3-hour sleep. In fact, I'm going to need... Oh no, that's okay. We can sleep for 3. Hopefully, this will give us enough... Okay, the fire has gone out. But we're still okay temperature-wise because the embers are still there. We are feeling a bit better. Are we technically
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
encumbered? We are not encumbered if we get a shift on. Although that's probably because I'm not carrying my bedroll. Ooh, we're okay, but I'm going to have to get a move on. Okay, let's go quickly. We're pretty close to the line here. Oh, I don't think we're going to make this. I think we're going to hit the same problem as before. We're not quite going to make it, are we? Okay, after what happened last time, let's get ourselves back down. Okay, bit of a situation then. We are really tired again. We have absolutely no carrying capacity. I think my only option here is to go and harvest some firewood from over here and hope that that wolf stays away. Don't know where that wolf is.
I lay down right here. Yeah, I thought I'd ever wake up again.
Okay, so we need to go and get some firewood then. Wolf is over there. Firewood is over here. I am hoping I can gather firewood. I need a longer fire, basically. Because I will freeze to death if I don't. I think that's fair to say. The wolf isn't going to come and attack us over there, I don't think, but we are not going to survive temperature-wise when things get colder if we don't have a fire. So, you see the limb? It's going to take us 45 minutes. We're not exactly in great shape right now. These little trips to the Grey Mother's house are going to be a little bit more dramatic than I anticipated. Let's break down another one. Okay, hopefully that's going to give us a little bit more. We'll pick up some sticks as well. I'm not going to bother with
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Not right now, you can't. No dropping of gear. And I'm also hoping that you can get you've got the game audio as well, because I realised on the last two videos that I did, the game audio wasn't recording for some reason. I don't know why, because it was all set up, it was all playing properly, and it was all set to record from the right channel, but for whatever reason, it didn't record it. So sorry about that. Hopefully, it's working now. Okay, so I'm going to have to come up with a new strategy for these, I think. And to be fair, this is the first time I've done this transition, so I didn't really know what to expect. I know what to expect now. It's going to be a bit more challenging. So I think the challenge with this one is up on that safer plateau, before we come down the first rope, rest. Completely rest. Make sure our fatigue level is completely fully rested right to the top. And then come down, and then hopefully we can make it without dying. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump into the bedroll for probably just an hour. I'm going to risk it. Sleep for an hour, and I forgot to eat. And the reason I'm doing that is obviously at the moment I'm not going to freeze because the feels like temperature is above freezing. That is going to get worse, it is going to drop. But if I can make the most of that now... Okay, I'm going to have to... We'll drink some soda. We'll eat that because it's going off. Gives us decent calories as well. What feels like temperature now? 1 degree. What's it going to say in the bedroll? Warmth bonus +4. Okay, I'm just going to sleep in short bursts, basically until it drops below freezing. Then we'll light the fire. So this gives us a little bit of extra time when we can sleep. Okay, now it's starting to feel a little bit cold. So we'll do another hour. So basically my strategy here is I want to try and sleep as long as I can before lighting the fire. The purpose of the fire is to stop us from freezing, because it's going to go very, very cold. Okay, so we want to light the fire. We've got a limited amount of firewood. We're not going to have a very, very long fire, so we're probably not going to have a fire that's long enough for us to sleep the whole way through. So what I want to do is try and sleep, because you can see the bed gives us a warmth bonus, so as long as that is higher than that, I can get away without the fire. So I'll try and sleep for as many hours as I can before lighting the fire, then light the fire, so that will give me a little bit longer sleep. If I light the fire straight away, I will basically waste a big chunk of that fire when I could actually have been sleeping without needing it. I haven't got a book now, have I? I'm going to use some accelerant because I really... Oh, that's a problem. That's
okay, getting a bit thirsty.
An unanticipated issue. Can I light a fire there? There we go. Behind a little bit of a ridge. There we are. Okay, so now what I'm going to do... That's a 3-hour fire. I'm not going to chuck it all on. I'm going to give myself 3 hours to sleep. Yeah, so can you see what I'm getting at there? My strategy is I'm going to try and sleep for 3-4 hours if I can before I need to light the fire to keep myself warm. Yeah, the fire is there to stop us from freezing. Give myself 2 hours now. The fire's there to stop us from freezing. So if I can get away for 3 or 4 hours without lighting that fire, if my warmth bonuses and everything else keep me above freezing for a couple of hours, basically means I get 3 hours of sleep without the fire, I light the fire, then I can have several hours of sleep. If I light the fire straight away, I'm wasting those 3 hours. I didn't need the fire. The fire's lit, but I didn't need it. It's going to go out sooner. I'm going to get less sleep after the fire runs out. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm just going to do an hour because I'm pretty much back up to full fatigue now. So hopefully very shortly we can go for it and we can head up. I need to eat something. So I've actually now got to the point where my fire kind of lasted a bit longer than I needed. Let's pick that up. Are we encumbered? No, we are not. And we're in good fatigue, so let's get ourselves up here. It's a long old rope, this. But we're looking in much, much better shape now. You can see we're going up it quicker. The bar is going down slower. We're way over halfway and the bar's not even got to halfway yet. So fully fit, fully awake, we can get up this rope a lot more easily. There we are. Okay, so we've got a strategy now, I think. Rest on that safe plateau before we come down here. Make sure you have enough firewood to light a fire and get yourself up here. Okay, so now what we need to do is get to shelter, because ultimately it's pretty cold and it's pretty horrible up here. So I'm going to head for the hut. See if we can improve our situation in here. It's a nice little staging point, this, but it's not a proper interior location. You can't close the door. There's a stove, but you can't close the door. It feels like -4. There's a bed. Gives us a warmth bonus. Let's sleep for a couple of hours then. That's cool. That's gonna keep us going then. So that's the balancing act. That's what we were doing downstairs, sort of sleeping whilst we could keep the... Every bed that you sleep in, or your bedroll, gives you a warmth bonus, and so long as the warmth bonus is bigger than the negative temperature, it's worth not lighting a fire, staying in the bed, and just sleeping that way. Oh, there's plenty of stuff in here we could break down for firewood, actually, and a spare bedroll. I left quite a bit in here, actually, didn't I? Right, okay, I'm now going to remember the way back down into Milton again. Okay, so I was kind of rambling a little bit there, but hopefully that all made sense. What I was trying to achieve. Basically, I needed to sleep for 8 hours. If I could have a 3-hour fire, that means I'm going to have 5 hours without a fire. If the temperature is not quite cold enough to need the fire, we get away without the fire for a bit. We shall. Okay, well, there is the gas station. So I'm kind of thinking let's drop into the gas station. It'll be warmer in here. And just as a temporary stop-off point. We know that there's nothing in here because we've already looted it.
To escape this cold.
We just have. Step ahead here. Okay, so we have made it across to the Grey Mother's house. Quite an eventful little journey there. So the transition back from Mystery Lake to the Grey Mother's house was a little bit more complicated than I expected it to be. But we do now have a strategy. At least we know it's going to be a bit more difficult than we thought next time. So what we need to do next time, I think, is make sure we have enough firewood to light a good long fire. Camp up on that safe plateau. Or quite frankly, we probably could get away with camping at the bottom of the rope, but we need to make sure that we can do that so that we can recover all of our energy ready to climb up that big long rope and get ourselves into Milton. Then head probably for the gas station, have a little stage here, and then head over to the Grey Mother's house. But right now, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope my ramblings about my strategy made sense there. I'll try and describe it a little better in the comments section about what I was going on about, just so you guys can understand what I was trying to do. Hopefully you picked up on it. I was kind of making it up as I went along. But yeah, we're here. We're in the Grey Mother's house. We're heading back to the Grey Mother's house. We're back in Milton. I'm going to try and remind myself next time what we actually left in the Grey Mother's house. I can't remember. It's been such a long time since we've been here. But right now, thank you so much for joining me as always. Apologies if I'm having to be a little bit quiet. It is quite late at night as I am recording. So any questions, any comments, hit them in the comment section below. I do read them all. And please join me again next time. Hit the like and subscribe buttons for some more Long Dark. We're going to carry on with this series. But right now, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again. I'm not going to say it because everyone keeps laughing at me. See you soon.